Hello, this is Ryan from Twin Ports Pickers, also known as the Duke of Digging. Hope you're having an awesome weekend. Thank you for tuning in to my weekly episode of a full-time picker, showing you some cool stuff he picked up during his travels. I also like to educate you a little bit about the video if you're a beginner or someone trying to get in this crazy resale game. That's enough of an intro. I just want to thank everyone for voting on my Wild Wednesday family videos I do. You guys all wanted me to give $100 to each of those spoiled kids. Are you crazy? There's always a winner and a loser in our household. Eli technically won. He had the most single votes. But it was definitely fun. Got another video coming up Wednesday that's going to be just as fun. So let me just, without further ado, let's get to the stuff. Right off the bat, I got to show you, I don't say spectacular, and I'm not amazed too often in this business, but these stained glass windows are definitely spectacular. And let me tell you also why they're special. This is Duluth history. These are some of the windows that came out of the St. Clements Church in West Duluth. And there's more than this. They came directly from the guy that bought the salvage rights to all of them. He put their big huge window in his living room. Ben in it is pretty awesome. Got these directly from him. And even like when you see, look at this that dark spot there, you put that in the sunlight. It is amazing. I mean, these things don't do it justice until you see the sunlight coming through them. But I mean, and these were like on the other side or inside, but I mean, a lot of these are dated, so you can see they're 1920. But let me just hold one of these up in the light, see if I can just show you a little bit here. I mean, you gotta see these in person. The colors that shine through. I think these are like an iridescent paint that's behind that. But donor Mrs. R. Hoch. But yeah, some of this stuff is just. I mean, I'm just really honestly honored to own this stuff. So great piece of Duluth history and great church stained glass pieces. Just amazing. All right. Everything else is boring from here on out to me. You got the Red Wing Croc. I'll tell you what, for resellers, that chip doesn't bother people as much as cracks do. Just keep that in mind. Try not to buy them with cracks. They will be a harder sell. Snowshoes. Yeah, there's a lot of snowshoes. Are we judging now? I don't say nothing about your purses or all your shoes that are lined up all across the house. Sorry, I got a little carried away. That is the speech I'm practicing for my wife when she sees more snowshoes. You got the hand-painted saw. You know, I buy these throughout the year, and some of them are just horribly painted. And it's always a deer country scene, so it's just kind of different to see some cities, an American flag, and the White House. And you got the Statue of Liberty down there. I don't know, kind of neatly done. Definitely different. Got some Victorian stuff box there. This is kind of what I love about this business sometimes. Look at this doll. This is a German. That's all tin. That head there is all tin. Just think of the girl over probably early 100 years ago. This is her doll. She carried this around. That's just history, and just kind of neat to think that is just still around. Just the little bee, the bee smoker. Then you got an early military plane, biplane. You got the Flint Arrowhead collection there. I like that Ruger Mini 14, the world's most expensive plinker. I don't know what a plinker is, but I'm sure you gun guys, that is probably an important piece, but just kind of cool advertising. And speaking of cool, boy, there's these Tonka Highway Department, State Highway Department trucks are great. I wish that thing had its light right on top there. That would have made it just awesome. But you know, I got the extra blade, and you'd be surprised what these go for, especially that one. I mean, I bet you that was new old stock in the box. I bet you that's $1,000 Tonka. Do not know, but that's just an educated guess. People love their Tonkas. Nice cabinet back there, kind of like the card catalog cabinets where you could put the little name of what it is in there. This would be good for like the countertop or on top of a shelf. Probably was on top of a desk maybe, but kind of neat. Then you got the Mission Soda. There's Marilyn Monroe. I think that's a calendar topper from like the 50s if I've seen it before. This is kind of neat. New old stock. It's the Fishing for Fun for the Williams Fund. Looks like it's 1976, and it's new old stock. So it's got all the buttons. Must have been like probably something you go into the store or something and buy a button and raise some money for some good cause, I'm sure. Some agates were in a jar here. Tell you what, I've never found a great agate in my life, just from being up here the whole time. That is a piece of petrified wood. I don't know if you've ever seen petrified wood before, but I mean, it weighs 10 pounds. And I don't know, sitting in a river for a million years, that's what happens to it. Not sure the date, but you know what I mean. This is some type of funky Ouija board. I've done really well on planchets in the past. That's what this is called, but I don't know, there's something weirdly different about this whole set. Never seen it before, and that's the kind of stuff you should buy when you haven't seen it before. seen lots of saxophones. I've sold a bunch, and it'll be in the shop. And people buy instruments from me all the time. I usually sell out of them in a couple days because they're going to be about half the price you'd ever find one in a store, if not even less. You got the auto vacuum ice cream freezer, just some good advertising. I think this is when they, I don't know, they put salt in these, and that's how I got it cold. They did something like that, but just kind of a neat piece. Then you got the waffle irons, or Painter and Company. Just kind of a different one. Actually, let's see what's that. I just want to see the pattern in here. Hearts, clovers, yellow moons. Then you got the favorite Pequot ware. Some of this stuff is really good. Small market for it, but they're heavy hitters when they have the good pieces. Griswold is probably the Cadillac still, but I think that's a close second. Not really into bottles too much. I have some good friends that go bottle hunting, and I always tease them, so I can't brag about these too much on this video. But you know, Poison. A couple of these are from Two Harbors. Pillboxes. Look at the old Listerine bottle with the cork top, paper label still. Come on, fly repellent. You know, this stuff didn't work for nothing. Still, we still do it to this day. Advertising, marketing, stuff don't work. I got the pocket watch back there. Kind of a neat one. Pocket watches are definitely very desirable. And I didn't even know what this was. I still don't. I think it's a salt and pepper shaker. Maybe it comes out. But the reason why I bought it is because it says Holt Howard. This is pretty collectible. A lot of people know what this is. And easy to ship. Smalls like that. Oh, yeah. The top. Wait, did I just see Holt? Oh, yeah, right in front there. Some type of shaker. I don't know why the tongue comes out, though. Huh? There you go. Then you got the mid-century modern, kind of a magazine paper rack. And I bought a footstool. Look at this. I just think it has a great look. Nice condition. Kind of that funky yellow. And look at the base there. It almost has like a storage down there. Kind of the mesh black. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of neat. And I'm going to see if I can sell it. And if it sits for 6 months, I'll put it in my do not buy list. There is the ceramic section. You know what? Every time you see something on video, I wouldn't say that's a buy all the time, but you know what? You gotta, when you're on these places, when you're on picks and properties, you can't just buy 8 things and leave. You try to help them. They're downsizing usually. Just buy a lot of stuff. It should sell. That's my strategy right there. But you know, there's the Smiley cookie jar. There's some Red Wing in here, and I think this is Fiesta ware. It's good sellable stuff. There it is. Problem beaver removal. Kind of a folk art sign. I don't even know if it's that old because it's just super nice. But hey, beaver sign, pretty cool. This is my piece of the week. If you want to say for the more lucrative deal, you ever see a box like this? I would just open them up, and then you're just like, oh, it's just silverware. But I would always flip over a piece. I don't know if you can see there's that one word that we're looking for. There, I guess it won't zoom into it enough, but there's a word on the back and it says sterling, and that is the only word you need to see when it comes to flatware. That is 85 ounces right there, and I think today's was $57 an ounce. You do the math. Then a couple sterling weighting candle holders, a couple more sterling silver spoons, slot cars. Always buying these, mostly because they're light, easy to ship, and easy to sell. There's a huge following of slot cars. And I'll tell you what, there are slot cars in the $500 range all day long. You find some rare ones, some nice ones. And when you have a collection like this, it's always going to be good. Then you got the Royal Crown. Just good advertising there. It's cardboard framed. Then you got the Ford Thunderbird. The box is what sold me on it. Just a cool piece, whether it works or it doesn't. And I had a flattering comment the other day. Someone told me that I personally drove down the price of Coleman lanterns by buying so many and telling everybody else to buy them, which is flattering that I have that much, that you think I have that kind of power. But yeah, you cannot buy a beat up lantern and then try to get $100 for it. It just isn't going to work anymore. Yeah, the market got flooded with them, but anytime you find one almost dead mint, I still say that as a buy. If you want to make money in this business, not only do you have to price it right, but you also have to buy it right. You have to do 2 things right. I tell people that, and you're only going to do one thing right, you ain't going to do well. All right, I'm like bantering you now. Marbles are really good too. One single marble can make this whole jar sometimes, but I don't really know much about marbles. But I do know a little bit about this barrel because it is a Fitker's barrel, Duluth, Minnesota, classic. That is one that isn't laying around anymore. Great find. Copper lined. Actually, there usually are copper lined, and it is. I always like the smoking stands. Bet you'll see one of these once a month. I've always bought them. Namaji ware, that's always good. People love the patterns of it. And with a couple crakes, Northern Beer and Old Dutch. So here is the picks of the week coming at you. There's some decent stuff here. I mean, anytime you're buying 85 ounces of sterling, I think it's a good week. But just some fun stuff, kind of some different stuff that I just don't really buy. So that's kind of fun. Sometimes you're on all these properties, and yeah, you just can't buy all the stuff you want to buy. You have to buy what's in front of you. But a good mix, and I will definitely beat my snowshoe record of maybe 2 years ago. I'm probably already there, and it's halfway through the year. And the stained glass, St. Clements Church, Duluth, Minnesota. Actually, I'd like to hear if anybody went there, maybe got married there. Just remember any stories of that. This would be just a great kind of follow up to a few pieces because I might keep a piece or two. Really keep anything, but kind of I'm a local historian in my own head, anyways, and I like to learn about Duluth's history. So there's the picks of the week. Really appreciate you watching. August is open for appointments. I haven't had that much coming in, so dates are open. Maybe I hit it too hard in July, and August is going to be kind of slow, but I'll be picking 5 days a week regardless. So if you have a barn, basement, attic, warehouse, just tonnage this time of year, go back to the main page. My phone number is there. You can call me anytime. Maybe just have me over for coffee and just show me your collection because someone already did that this week. 2 hours of showing some of the most amazing stuff I ever saw, and nothing was for sale. But I do always appreciate a phone call. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode.